Peter Parker, and he's wait for it? Tom Holland. Don't know who that is? That's okay, not many people do. But his admittedly short resume includes the Naomi Watts and Ewan McGregor starring tsunami movie The Impossible and as a voice that Tom Hardy talked to from his car in Lock. Spider-Man will be directed by Jon Watts, who previously helmed the indie film Cop Car and the horror flick Clown. The movie, hitting theaters in July 2017, is a co-production of Marvel Studios and Sony Pictures, which has owned the rights to Spidey since 1999. Before his standalone film, Spidey will make his debut in next year's Captain America: Civil War. Neither of these announcements is particularly surprising. Which is kind of the problem. When Marvel and Sony announced Spider-Man's inclusion in the Marvel Cinematic Universe earlier this year, fans got excited that we could see a fresh take on the character, rather than just another fresh-faced white dude. No offense to fresh-faced white dudes. In particular, the studio had a chance to shift gears and make the new cinematic Spider-Man not Peter Parker, but Miles Morales, the half-black, half-Latino teenager who wears the Spidey suit in the Ultimate Comics, Spider-Man. The prospect of that was virtually nil, though Morales is taking over as the web-slinger in the comics, but there was still a shot that Peter Parker could be reimagined. As for Watts, he's the latest in a series of young and relatively unknown directors to take on a Marvel property. Sure, Joss Whedon and Kenneth Branagh are big deals, but folks like Thor, The Dark World's Alan Taylor or Joe and Anthony Russo, who will likely direct Holland in his Parker introduction in Captain America: Civil War, were mostly TV directors before joining Marvel. Those directors have all done good work in the MCU, and there's no reason to believe Watts won't as well, but if you were expecting this new Spider-Man flick to be directed by a big-name director, or a woman, or a non-white person, that's not going to happen this time around. Of course, this news is coming as rumors are floating that Selma director Ava DuVernay is in talks to direct Black Panther, but those reports are as yet unconfirmed. Spider-Man will join Captain America and Iron Man as a proud member of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, MCU. That this move is a game-changer cannot be understated. After slogging through a botched Sony reboot, audiences can finally expect Spidey, one of the most esteemed and valuable superheroes ever created, to take his rightful place beside the Avengers. As Marvel's statement reads, Sony Pictures and Marvel Studios share a love for the characters in the Spider-Man universe and have a long, successful history of working together. This new level of collaboration is the perfect way to take Peter Parker's story into the future. There's just one problem: with Andrew Garfield allegedly out, we don't need Peter Parker at the movies anymore. We need Miles Morales. Who's Miles Morales? Minor spoiler alert. He's the Spider-Man of Marvel's Ultimate Comics imprint, a half-black, half-Latino 13-year-old who took on the role of Spider-Man after Peter Parker's death at the hands of the Green Goblin in 2011. He's also the Spider-Man who deserves a place in the MCU. Now, no one can question that Spider-Man and Peter Parker are inexorably linked and have been for more than half a century. That said, Miles Morales as a character is something fresher, and he's someone who's more than just Peter Parker's successor. It took Parker dying for Miles to take up the mantle, and he has come into his own as a superhero in the years since, complete with a supporting cast and rogues gallery that's grown up and out of Peter's. He's lost loved ones and triumphed over adversity just like the original Spidey did, but he's not at all a carbon copy of what came before. He's something new, all while being an extension of everything that made Parker great to begin with.